Feel into the support beneath you and step your feet out wider than your hips and allow your knees to come together. So we're coming to more of a constructive rest pose. You might decide to lift up your hips, slide your tailbone closer down towards your feet, and really lengthening out through the spine. And take a moment just to notice how this feels. You might bring your hands to your belly. And let's just take a moment to check in with yourself. How are you breathing right here in this moment? But without changing the breath, just notice how you're breathing. And is the breath getting caught anywhere in the body? So maybe perhaps in the chest or the throat. And is the breath smooth, rigid, or shallow? And just turning inwards and noticing. And if you haven't done so yet, take a moment to seal the lips. So we're inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And as you exhale, see if you can allow your back of your body to become heavier and heavier. Relaxing the shoulder blades, the head, the entire back of your body. Notice here that you don't need to hold yourself up. You don't need to have this weight in your body that you need to hold on to. And this can also go with the mind as well. So if there's any thoughts that's coming up in the mind right now that's not serving to you, allow yourself to push those thoughts to the side. Acknowledge those unwanted thoughts, the unserving thoughts, and then gently push them to the side. And give yourself the permission to be present here in your practice. Let's take a moment to release the knees from each other, bring the soles of the feet together, and allow the knees to fold open. So we're coming to a reclined butterfly pose. And then bring your arms up to cactus arms or goalpost arms. And then immediately check in with your shoulders and relax the shoulders against your mat. And if this is too much on the hips or the knees, maybe you bring those blocks underneath the knees to have that little extra support. But see if you can allow gravity to do its job here and allow yourself to be heavy through the hips, through the upper body, as if you're becoming weightless again. Go ahead and take a deep breath in here through the nose. And as you exhale, allow the knees to come together and the palms to come down to the floor. And then we're going to take an inhale to open the knees back open. And then the back of your hands come to rest on the floor again. Back to your cactus arms or your goalpost arms. And you might need to readjust the feet to have the soles of the feet come back together. Let's take another inhale here. And then exhale. Bring the knees together. Lower the arms, palms facing down. Inhale to open the knees. Bring your forearms back down against your mat. And exhale again. Close the knees. Arms down, palms down. Inhale, open the knees. Forearms come behind you. And let's just take another moment to pause here. Come back to your reclined butterfly. And then release your arms down by your sides or onto your belly again. Bring the knees together. Hug the knees into the chest. Maybe you decide to sway side to side. Circling the knees here. And if you're circling with the knees, making sure that you're moving the opposite way as well. Moving both directions. And whenever you're ready, bring your feet back down towards the mat there and come into a seated position briefly. So whether you rock and roll up into a seated position or roll onto one side, just make your way to an easy seat. And we're going to add on a little bit of side body work here. So whenever you're ready, take an inhale, reach up through the arms, and exhale, bring the right hand to the mat, side bend to the right. Inhale, reach both arms up and over. Or reach both arms up rather, sorry. Exhale, release the left hand to the mat, side bend to the left. Take another inhale to reach both arms up. And exhale, twist, turning to the right, so left hand to right knee. Right hand can go behind you as a little kickstand here. Keep the chest nice and lifted. A little spinal rotation. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, start to slowly unwind the body looking forward. Inhale, reach both arms up. And exhale, twist to the left, so right hand to left knee. That left hand can go behind you. Maybe you inhale here to sit up nice and tall, open through the chest. And then as you exhale, you decide to find that little twist and look over the left shoulder perhaps, depending on how the neck is feeling. But just meeting your body where it's at, so you don't have to go too deep into this spinal rotation. The next time you exhale, start to slowly unwind the body again, coming back to center. And then let's make our way to tabletop position, and we will need our 2 blocks. So come to tabletop, have 2 blocks, placing them down by your hips. And then we're just going to come to a kneeling position here. So coming to a kneeling position, again, having both blocks by your hips or perhaps by your knees, and we can adjust those, no worries. But coming onto your knees, let's take an inhale, reach both arms up and over. And then exhale, twist to the right. Release the right hand to that block. And just start to lean back. Shift the hips forward, shift the pelvis forward. Open the chest. Feel into this front body opening. You might decide to tuck the toes under here. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, start to slowly just drape your body down, windmill the body down. Grab onto that left block with your left hand. Take an inhale as you sweep that right arm up. Shift the pelvis forward. Keep the chest lifted. Take another inhale here. And then as you exhale, start to windmill the body down towards your mat again. And then we're coming back onto this right side. So right hand to right block. Left arm sweeps up. And extending that left arm up towards the sky to any amount. Shifting the pelvis forward, keep the chest lifted. So we're going to come to this dancing camel flow. So inhale here, and then exhale as you round the spine and round forward. Reach onto that left block. Take an inhale, sweep that right arm up now. And exhale, start to round the spine, round the body forward. Inhale, reach up to that left arm. And this time as you exhale, release both arms down to your mat in front of you. Untuck the toes, sinking back into a child's pose. So sinking back into a child's pose here, allow yourself to come back to your breath, noticing how this feels. And whenever you're ready, we're going to take an inhale to come back to tabletop. And then just take a moment to sit back onto your heels there. Take a moment to notice. You might decide to bring your hands behind you and maybe pick up the knees a little bit, add in a little bit of an ankle stretch. So that might feel good in your body, or you might decide to just keep your knees down towards the mat, leaning back into the hands. And then whenever you're ready, let's make our way back to that tabletop position. But this time, placing your hands up on the tallest setting of your blocks. So start to step your right foot in between the blocks, and maybe you lengthen that left leg a little bit. So we're coming to a low lunge. You can tuck that back toe under or keep it untucked. But coming to a low lunge, allow the pelvis to sink down. And it might even feel good in your body to have that right foot outside of the blocks, and kind of more of a lizard lunge here. But allowing the pelvis to sink down. And then maybe you decide to make circles with the pelvis, and we can just sort of start to stir the pot here with the pelvis. So making circles, really getting into the nooks and crannies. You might decide to straighten that right leg, shift forward into that right hip flexor. If you find a spot that you'd like to stay with for a few seconds, feel free to stay there. But taking this time to explore. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to start to frame that right foot again with the blocks. So frame the right foot, come back to your low lunge. And then go ahead and tuck that back toe under, lift the back knee, and then step the left foot forward a little bit, narrowing your stance. We're going to come to a pyramid pose here, but the hands are on the blocks. So you can kind of think of this as a halfway lift pyramid pose. So finding this length through the spine as we're halfway lifted here. So take an inhale, extend the spine, and exhale as you rebend that left knee, plant it down. Take an inhale to come back to that low lunge. And then tucking that back toe again, lift the back knee, come back to your halfway lift pyramid pose. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. And then exhale to set that left knee down again. Inhale, lean into that right hip flexor, come back to your low lunge. And you might decide to play with these blocks as well and on the height setting. One more time. So let's tuck that back toe under, lift the back knee, find your pyramid pose. And maybe you decide to fold over a little bit more here. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, set the left knee down. Inhale, sink into the low lunge. And this time, let's come back to that pyramid pose. So tucking the toe under, lifting the back knee. Come back to your pyramid pose. Step the left foot forward to meet the right, forward fold here. You might decide to stay up on your blocks, but really soften through the knees in your forward fold, especially if the hamstrings are pretty tight. Let's take an inhale to rise all the way up. Extend and down, get nice and tall through the spine. And exhale, bend the knees, find a chair pose here. So sinking the hips down. Take another inhale to straighten the legs, reach up. And exhale, soften the knees, forward fold. Let's take an inhale to plant the hands, step back to your plank position. Lowering the knees, elbows in close. Take an exhale to lower all the way down. Inhale to a cobra pose. So back bend here, elbows in close to the ribs. And exhale to release all the way down. Inhale, push the hands coming to tabletop. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Tuck your toes. So easy downward dog here. Bend the knees. And maybe you decide to pedal out the feet. Root down through your hands. Lift the hips. Find length in the spine as you bend your knees, pushing down into your hands. Maybe you decide to look in between your feet. Take an inhale to rise up on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees. Step forward, easy forward fold. Take as many steps there as you would like to get there. And just coming back to your forward fold here. Plant the hands, step just the right foot back, lower the right knee, place your hands on top of the blocks. And again, maybe you decide to step that left foot out wide, coming to a lizard lunge here. Sinking into that left hip flexor now, lowering the hip down. Feel into this position in the body. And then you might decide to start stirring that pot again with the pelvis. So make some circles. And if you're making circles, make sure to go the opposite way as well. And it might feel kind of awkward, but making the circles in the opposite direction as well. And again, you might decide to straighten out that left leg a little bit. Feel into the different textures on this side. You might find that spot that you want to stay on this side. Feel free to do that. Let's take a moment to come back to framing that left foot. So place the left foot in between the blocks. Back to your low lunge, hands on the blocks. And my blocks are on the tallest setting, but depending on your body type, your anatomy, you might have the blocks on the lowest setting here. Whatever feels good in your body, just meeting your body where it's at. Whenever you're ready, we're going to start to tuck the back toe under, lift the back knee, step the back foot a little bit closer in, so narrowing your stance here. We're going to come to that pyramid pose, but more of this halfway lift pyramid pose. So again, both toes are pointed towards the front of the mat. Hands are on blocks, and find that length in the spine, this halfway lift. Your hip bones are pointed towards your mat. Sometimes that right hip wants to peel out to the right side. Keep it square down to the mat. Let's take an inhale to extend the spine, and exhale as you fold over the left leg a little bit. Inhale, extend the spine, and exhale as you rebend that right knee. Place the knee down. Inhale, come back to your low lunge. And tuck the back toe under again. Lift the back knee. Pyramid pose. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, bend the left knee. Come all the way down. Inhale to your pyramid pose. Opening the chest, lifting your gaze. Tuck the back toe under again. Lift the back knee. Find your pyramid pose. You might decide to forward fold here. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, bend the knee, come down. Inhale, low lunge. Tucking the back toe under one last time. Lift the back knee, find your pyramid pose. Take an inhale to extend the spine and an exhale to fold over that left leg to any amount. Inhale to extend the spine. Release the exhale. Start to put a little micro bend in that right knee. Step forward and exhale on a forward fold. So feel free to soften the knees. Keep your hands on the blocks, whatever feels good there. Let's inhale to a halfway lift. So placing your hands anywhere along the legs that you can find the length in the spine. And then on your next exhale, start to forward fold. Plant the hands, step back to your plank. Lowering your knees, elbows in close to the ribs. Take an exhale to lower all the way down and an inhale for a baby cobra, peeling the chest off the mat. rooting down through the hands. And then exhale to lower all the way down. Let's take an inhale to push up into tabletop. Just briefly, then we're going to make our way onto our sit bones, but allow the legs to lengthen down the long edge of your mat here. So we're going to come to a staff position. So toes can be active by flexing the toes, hands down by your sides, coming to a staff position, this L-shaped position. Start to bend the right knee and cross the right foot over the left leg. So your right hand is going to go behind you. My left arm is going to wrap around my left knee. I'm going to add in a little bit of twist. Now the left leg can stay extended long, or maybe you decide to bend the left knee and bring the left heel to the right hip. So totally up to you, whatever you're feeling there in your body. See if you can soften here. See if you can allow yourself to soften, but still keeping the chest lifted. Softening around the jaw, the forehead and the eyes, down the sides of your neck. You might even decide to add on a little bit of a neck stretch by looking over the right shoulder. And on your next exhale, unwind the body, lift the body forward. Bring both hands behind you as you straighten out the legs. And maybe you decide to give the legs a little shake, maybe a little sway side to side. And then we're going to go right to the next side. So come back to your staff position, both legs extended down your mat, and toes are flexed, tall spine. Start to bend the left knee, cross the left ankle over the right leg. Left hand is going to go behind me. Now your palms can face towards you or away, totally up to you. I'm going to wrap my right arm right around my left knee. Sit up nice and tall. And then from here, you can decide, maybe you keep this right leg straightened or bend the right knee, bringing your right heel to the left hip. Start to settle in on this side. And then see if you can come right back to that sort of softness in the body, but keeping your chest open and keeping that internal awareness. You might decide to add on that little bit of a neck stretch by looking over the left shoulder, feeling into the right side of the neck. On your next exhale, we're going to slowly unwind from this twist, looking back down the back edge of your mat there. Start to straighten out your legs. And again, maybe you decide to shake out the legs, sway side to side. You might even decide to plant your feet pretty wide here and windshield wiper the knees side to side. Give the hips and the knees a nice little rinse. Whatever you decide to do, just make sure you do it with intention, with focus, and keeping yourself tuned into your practice here. Now let's take a moment to come to an easy seat position. And maybe you decide to just take a moment to sit cross-legged or bring the soles of the feet together and the knees open to a butterfly position. Take a moment to close down your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a long, slow exhale through your nose. Notice the natural movement of your body with the breath. And again, notice how you're breathing again. Noticing if your breath is a little bit more smooth, less chatter in the mind, quality of the breath. And see if you are unintentionally gripping on to any areas in your body, whether that be the top of your thighs, your glutes, your hips, or maybe even up in the jaw. As you keep your awareness soft and inwards, notice what's shifting and changing. And if you're in the butterfly position, come to an easy cross-legged position, keeping your eyes closed down, sitting up tall, shoulder blades back and down away from your ears. Relax your arms. So to close out the practice, if you would like to join me, bring your arms out by your side. Let's take an inhale, raise the arms up overhead. And exhale as you bring your hands to heart center.